I don't want to overreact, but Luna legitimately might be the best dog in the world. But we had no North American action this week, but we did have Europe. So I tweeted out, LEC, I don't want to overreact, but, and nobody responded at all. Turns out apparently after your series is done, Europe just simply goes to sleep. But I resorted to TikTok, and we got some takes, so let's do it. I don't want to overreact, but K-Corp played better, but Targamas doesn't deserve the title. Bruh, I swear this has to be a salty G2 fan. There's no way that you could possibly think. I mean, yes, Labrov didn't have the best series, but like I feel like we always do this whenever teams win that you don't expect. It's like, oh, the other person just didn't play well. This person didn't play good. Or we find like the weakest link of the winning squad and be like, this person does not deserve the title. To which I would say, bullshit, dude. He made Labrov look like an idiot all series. I'll actually lump this in with another comment that I saw that said, Baus called Targamas boosted recently, and now Targamas is an EU champion. If I'm Targamas, I'm coming out on Twitter just saying, fuck you to all the haters. Y'all just salty as shit. That's all I'm saying. He's an LEC champion multiple times now, right? I think he won one with G2 back whenever they were winning their titles back when. Oh, G2 fans are not going to be happy about that one. But hey, look, no. Saying that anybody on that championship team doesn't deserve the dub, doesn't deserve the nod for being, quite frankly, the best player in their role, I think it's just crap. Who are you going to sit here and say in Europe is better than him? What? Get out of here. I don't want to overreact, but K-Corp are going to be world champions. Brother, I got a bridge and a troll underneath that would love to invite you out to dinner. There is no godforsaken way that K-Corp is going to win Worlds. I'm not doubting them when it comes to their international ability, like any more or less than any prior team that like G2, Fnatic, Mad Lions, you name it, whoever's gone to international for Europe over the past few years. I mean, the one notable achievement has been G2 winning a best of 5 over the LPL at, it wasn't Esports World Cup, it was at MSI. To which I would say, yeah, sure, they did that. Rogue getting out back in 2022 group stage after going, what, like 3-0 in the first week and then like 0-4, but still were able to make it, or 4-0, I think, and then we're lost like 3 games after that. Either way, like, no. Like, if you think this changes Europe's fate just because K-Corp got out, no, you're out of your freaking mind. Now, I do think this changes Europe as a region. I think more and more people need to be keeping eyes on upcoming players in EU Masters, because what we are seeing from Vladdy and from Kalist is just flat out insane in their first years for Kalist in his first split. Whenever everybody was sitting here being like, bro, you should temper expectations. You need to relax. He's not going to be everything that you're hyping him up to be and more. And then he comes out and straight up wins his first split. Like, what? I know Vladdy was MVP. Deservedly so. I'm not taking anything away from that one. I'm just saying that, yeah, you can believe in young players, and Europe clearly has a lot of them, given that your Tier 2 system is freaking incredible. We'll talk more about Tier 2 in North America and co-streaming and all that on Wednesday. Alexa, stop. I promised the most upvoted comment on TikTok that they would get a full like video reaction on TikTok as well, so this will be the one that gets clipped and put there. I don't want to overreact, but Los Ratones can compete with top LEC teams easily. This one, just based off of initial reaction, like makes me feel like it's an overreaction. But we have not seen them play at EMEA Masters, which is the tournament that they now qualify to and will get to go play in. And if they win that, then we can probably sit here and have the conversation of, yeah, maybe they're a little criminally underrated and actually could be taking games off of top teams in the LEC. Now, I have not been watching all Los Ratones content. I'm North American. While Cadril is like fun and interesting, I'm not gonna sit here and invest all my time into his org. I've got my own org in my own region to watch. So I don't know if maybe they're taking scrims off of LEC teams. There's apparently a rumor that one of the comments in my TikTok video said that apparently they're gonna be scrimming some actual LPL teams on stream when they go over to Korea for a first stand. I guess they're going over there to like boot camp and prep whenever everybody else is gonna be over there as well, which, by the way, fantastic content. But until they prove themselves at EMEA Masters that like the NLC isn't just like the streamer org flash in the pan, like kind of picking on some of the odd talents, because I'll be honest with you, like outside the washed North American pros like Santorin that were in there, I'm not sold on like the overall skill level and caliber of the NLC being what you would need to actually be decent against top LEC teams, or at least like middle of the pack LEC teams. But the thing I will say, and K-Corp actually winning this weekend goes a long way into making this point, that if they can do well there, and you have players that have proven themselves on that stage, like Kalist, like Vladdy, who slot very well, very quickly into the LEC, I think there's a legitimate argument to make in that, yes, Los Ratones could legitimately take games off of top teams pretty quick, given the level of experience that all of them have, given the fact that they would already be doing well in the same system that we saw two players that are now LEC champions doing well in. Yeah, the logic is there, and I can 100% see it. So if Los Ratones does well at EMEA Masters, I will agree that I think that they could actually possibly, now, I'm not going to say win the LEC, but at least finish top 3. I think that's entirely doable. If they don't just blow out EMEA Masters or like solidly work their way towards like top 3 there, then no, I'm not willing to say that at all. I don't want to overreact, but not only is the LTA North a stronger region than the LEC, but the top 4 LTA teams are all better than every single LEC team, including K-Corp and G2. Oh, wow. Bold take. Europeans, this was fun and good for now. Oh, the comment section is about to turn to shit. I wholeheartedly agree. While K-Corp definitely looks like the cleanest of any European team that we have seen so far in finals, we've seen weaknesses from all of them in a similar way that we've seen for North America, but I just genuinely think the level of individual skill in North America is actually pretty high at the moment, especially from like taking the bottom 2 teams, quote unquote, FlyQuest and Cloud9. Yeah, they're still pretty freaking good. The macro woes that I've seen from Europe are pretty tragic. We have less of those in North America, it feels like, or at least like the top 4 kind of push themselves a little bit more. Whereas with Europe, I mean, even prior to the day, it just felt like a foregone conclusion that G2 was going to win it all. Maybe there's an argument to be had that Europe's a little bit closer, but no, I don't think that Europe's even close to North America's level right now, and that will be tested in literally 1 week's time as we get into First Stand, which for those that don't know the format of that tournament, the first round of it, all 5 teams that are going to be there. Yes, it is tragic that it is only 5 teams, but it will be a Jesus, it's even more. It'll be a single round robin, best of 3 against everybody. So we will directly see a best of 3 between K-Corp and Team Liquid. And you better believe that if we blow you guys out 2-0 in that series, I don't want to hear a single yap from Europe ever again. I know we didn't play each other in Worlds. I know at MSI, I don't think we did. Did we play each other at MSI? I don't know. It feels like it's been a while since Europe and North America have had solidly a good head-to-head matchup. I don't know. The new, while I do enjoy some of the new formats of LoL Esports, the fact that we get such little EU versus NA at these international events sucks. Now, I will note that we did beat Europe in, it was, I think, TL beat Fnatic at the Esports World Cup last year. And I think FlyQuest nearly beat G2, it was. But either way, it wasn't like a Riot official event. So this is going to be the first time that we've seen a direct head-to-head matchup at a Riot official event in quite some time. And I must say, I'm happy about it. I don't want to talk too much because we're sitting from the position of power here in North America. You can try and diminish what we've done as a region over the last 2 years in terms of our Worlds results all you want. And MSI, even though you guys have technically made it further, we haven't matched up head-to-head. I'm sorry. I don't like punching down. I like talking shit when we're below. That way, whenever we get on the pedestal at the top, it actually sounds better. But right now, punching at a K-Corp team that we've never seen play internationally with rookies that are going to go out there, I'm not going to be upset with you guys if you get smashed. I do like K-Corp to a certain extent. I like the fan base. I like Kalist. I like Vladdy. But no, you guys are not even on... You're not even close. And even stepping below that, yeah, I have full confidence that FlyQuest, 100 Thieves, and Cloud9 could easily beat the carcass that was Fnatic drafting yesterday. Oh god, that was terrible. G2 on a good day probably contends, but either way, I feel like we're better. There's genuinely do feel like North America is better, and you can call that delusion. The European fans can get mad in the comments all you want. You got a chance to prove yourself with K-Corp versus TL. Better not waste it. I don't want to overreact, but the only player that actually showed up for G2 was Hans, who played great in all 3 games. Labrov pretty much solo lost that series. Yeah, Labrov had a really bad one. I don't want to harp on that too much, but I do want to give Hans credit. I continuously am impressed every time I see him play. It looks pretty good. I would say I think Yawn is a better and more mechanically gifted version of Hans Sama, but I do want to give Hans credit where it's due, because he did play well, despite G2 collapsing around him, Labrov constantly getting caught out, and Skumon not hitting a smite literally all day. That game 3 was just obnoxious. Like, you just you let Yike walk up so many times and just smite it away. Didn't even win the 50-50s. Just didn't zone him out. Didn't win the smite fight. Didn't, like, dude, jungle support being on during games is incredibly important. When they're off, oh god, is it rough. Like, your ADC can get caught out and like that's like tragically bad, sure, but like, I don't know, there's just something about jungle support being like really off, and like they're kind of like the engage and like go buttons for most teams, unless your top laner is also in there as well. I mean, Kana played incredibly well that series too. So it's not, I agree, Hansama definitely played the best out of any G2 player in this series, but even then it's like, dude, that wasn't enough to even get him a game. Wow. You didn't think I was going to dodge this one, did you? I don't want to overreact, but Jojopyun is dog shit. I'm glad he's no longer terrorizing my team, aka Cloud9. LEC is also dog shit. Los Ratones would clean sweep the entire Pislow region. Oh, God. We've touched on the other two, but I do want to mention Jojopyun. Look, yeah, he didn't have a good split. Like, I know there were some people from North America and his stands that were sitting here being like, yeah, he'll come back. Like, this wasn't, for some reason, this wasn't his normal, etc. It's like, dude, he was playing exactly the same as I saw last year at the end with Cloud9. Like, it diminished to that level and has not changed from that level whatsoever going into the LEC. You would think that maybe something would mix up at all. I don't, like, he's just constantly getting caught out of position. Now, the thing that we don't know about, and the reason why he got removed from Cloud9, was like the work ethic side of things, the team chemistry. We don't know how that is, which, if you believe him at his Twitter words, maybe his public accountability is fine and he's good. But I have no clue. At the end of the day, it doesn't look good. What's wild is that, like, there were so many North American teams that were still willing to take chances on him in North America at the end of last year. FlyQuest was willing to put, I think, Blippo as like a top lane coach or something like that to bring Jojopyun in and teach him how to play top lane or something like that. Quid was going to go to ADC instead of FBI for 100 Thieves if they could get Jojopyun to come and play mid. And I'm just sitting here like, dude, we dodged a bullet. Every team dodged a bullet, not having to worry about what is currently happening with him. Now, by all means, I tweeted my support for Jojopyun whenever he put out his like, hey, I'm playing like shit, I'll get better thing. I do want to see him get better. I wouldn't wish that upon anybody, but you also can't like look at the situation right now and be like, yeah, everything's fine when the house is on fire around you. I don't know what happened to Jojopyun, whether Inspired truly was like the mastermind behind his good play, given that Inspired still talks incredibly well about him, but that was like the only time that we saw Jojopyun like at that level. Beyond that, no. Like, Jojopyun has failed to consistently do that, and I feel like there has been a steady drop-off from that very high early peak all the way down to where we are now, which is middle of the road mid laner in Europe. Would probably get his ass beat if he was here in North America, because I feel like mid lane in NA right now is pretty freaking strong, but who knows? There are going to be a lot of Vladdy fans that are going to sit here and say, oh, he's way better than APA. You wait. Anyways, that's going to be it for me and overreactions this week. Next week, I'm probably going to do a first stand version, or I might save this for like after the group stage and do it like midway through the week since we got nothing else going on at the moment. Or I could just keep it on Monday. I don't know. Follow me on Twitter at @DShynock if you want to get your thoughts out there on these. Hopefully people will actually respond this time. I mean, I don't mind going to TikTok, but I like this being a Twitter thing. It's kind of a thing there. Again, credit to Pat McAfee for this idea. I truly love this. It's been one of my favorite series, and apparently you all in the comments have agreed that this has been one of the fun series I do each week. So be sure to drop a like down below, smash that subscribe button, and turn on the bell for notifications to get notified each and every time that I upload a video. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye-bye.